In this video, I'm going to answer one of your big question. What will happen if you are here in the UK on a student visa and you have a foreign income or gains? So before making a start for this video, please bear in mind this is very vague and general information. Since everybody has different circumstances, so it should be dealt very carefully and the advice should be tailored according to everyone's own personal circumstances. So this is a fourth video for international students. If you haven't watched all of my previous three videos, I would recommend you and request you obviously to watch my previous three videos. Obviously, it will help you to understand in more detail. And I understand this video is a bit technical. Without understanding of basics, you won't be able to navigate this video. So without a further ado, let's make a start. If you come in the UK on a student visa for a study purpose, and if you have any foreign income or gains, then you don't have to pay any tax or UK tax on your foreign income and gains if your income and gains are using for following reasons. You are using foreign income to pay your course fees, and you are using your foreign income to cover your UK living costs like rent, food, utility bills, and study material, etc. Here, most students often ask a question: how much should we spend on our living cost in the UK? As per HMRC rules, if you are an international student and spending over £15,000 for your living cost, excluding your course fees, HMRC might ask you to account for living costs if your country does not have a double taxation agreement with the UK, which covers students. Wait a minute, what is this double taxation agreement? Don't worry about double taxation agreement. I'm going to cover double taxation agreement in my coming videos. But for now, you can understand that double taxation provisions exempt international students from paying taxes on certain types of income or financial support received from their home country while studying in the UK. Now, a second question comes up: when an international student need to pay tax on his or her foreign income or gains? The answer to your question is there are four situations when you must pay UK tax. Number one is if you are from a country who does not have a double taxation agreement with the UK who cover international students. You have other income which you did not bring to the UK. You bring income to the UK, but you did not spend that on your studies and living costs. You have a plan to stay in the UK permanently. Now, here another big question arises: what does it mean when you say permanently? Permanent means you consider UK as your domicile, here where residency and domicile rules apply. But don't worry, I will cover this in detail in a separate video. However, for your understanding, remember that if you are living in the UK over 4 years, before it was 7 years, changed in spring 2024 budget, link is up here, and you have foreign income of more than £2,000, then under worldwide disclosures requirements, you must disclose or declare your foreign income in the UK if you are filing your tax on a rising basis. What is this arising basis now? Don't worry, I understand it's a bit technical, but I will cover remittance and arising basis or remittance and domicile in more detail in a separate video. But for now, don't worry, nothing to worry about. Now, you must be thinking, what are the countries which cover students under the double taxation agreements and which countries don't cover? So following countries cover students in double taxation agreement. I did not mention all the countries. These countries are just an example: Pakistan, India, France, Germany, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and Ireland. And following countries do not cover students in the double taxation agreements: Russia, Nigeria, Malaysia, and Brazil. And if you are not from the country which I did not mention here, please do check HMRC double taxation agreement for your specific country. And if you don't understand anything, please do not hesitate to post a comment or ask me a question. I would more than happy to help you. Now, let's cover a theme of this video. A student will not be considered a resident even if they stayed in the UK for 183 days or more within a tax year, exempting him from paying taxes. The opposite of all these is what foreign students will experience if their home country has no double taxation agreements with the UK. But not everyone is lucky enough. So if you come from a place that does not have a similar agreement, you will be taxed the same way with everyone else that comes to the UK. In addition, if you are considering working in the UK, you should check whether your immigration status allow it. I understand in this video I have used a lot of technical terminologies like double taxation agreement, worldwide disclosure requirement, remittance and domicile status, but don't worry, I will explain all of these topics in more detail with practical case references in my upcoming videos, so stay tuned. Plus, I would highly recommend to watch my previous 3 videos. In the first video, I explained what taxes or deductions you as an international student are liable for and what deductions you as an international student can opt out. And in the second video, I covered 6 to 7 tax code which international student must be aware of, and I also cover how change in your personal circumstances will affect your tax code and ultimately your tax liability. And in the third video, I covered whether an international student can start his business either being a self-employed or register a limited company. Obviously, these 3 videos will help you to understand the basics or the bottom line of the international students coming here in the UK, and then this video will help you to understand the advanced level for the tax implications. And now in the next video, obviously I understand it's the most awaited video in which I will answer over 34-35 questions specifically for international students related to their circumstances coming over here in the UK for the tax purposes. And all of these questions we collected from international students. Hopefully it will answer all of your questions, but obviously if it didn't, then please do not shy to post a comment or ask me any questions you have. So until the next video, hand ahead, salute.